Oh, I just can't wait to break you.
Some villains want power. Some want revenge. But then there are those who take things to a whole new level. They aren't just fighting the main character. They're obsessed with them. Their every move, every decision is driven by this one person. And honestly, that makes them some of the scariest and most fascinating villains in anime. Let's go over 10 anime villains who are completely obsessed with their main character. Hisoka isn't just a villain. He's a pervert. He's not after world domination or revenge. He just wants to fight strong opponents. But the person he's got his sights on is Gon, who is a kid. Hisoka treats Gon like his personal project, waiting for him to get stronger just so their fight will be more fun. He even lets Gon win at times just to push him further. It's like he's grooming his perfect opponent. And the way he talks about it, yeah, it's more unsettling than inspiring.
Don't look at me like that. It's really turning me on.
If obsession had a face, it would be Yuno Gasai. She doesn't just love Yukiteru, she worships him. Every action she takes, every move she makes is all for him. And if anyone so much as looks at him the wrong way, well, they're not going to be around for long. What makes Yuno so terrifying is that despite her being totally unhinged, Yukiteru can't just ignore her. He needs her to survive. It's the most toxic relationship in anime history, and somehow it still keeps people hooked.
なんだよ、この状況は。
大丈夫。ユッキーが。ユノが守ってあげる。
You'd think someone as powerful as All for One would have bigger things to worry about. But nope, his entire existence revolves around All Might. Even when he's defeated, he doesn't stop obsessing. He spends years grooming Shigaraki to be the ultimate weapon against All Might. All because he can't stand the idea of losing to him. It's not just a rivalry, it's an obsession that corrupts young generations too.
All Might. 何を笑っている!
Griffith and Guts were once brothers in the same mercenary group. But when Guts left, Griffith didn't just move on. He did the opposite. He took it personally. So personally that he destroyed everything and everyone just to prove that Guts meant nothing to him. But let's be real, Griffith's actions prove that Guts meant everything to him. His obsession runs so deep that even after ascending to godhood, Guts still haunts him in his dreams. If that's not an obsession, I don't know what is.
I see you haven't changed. Your sword still moves before your mouth. Actually, you're exactly the same as the day we met.
Why the hell did you come here?
For you, of course.
All for One may have started the obsession with All Might, but Shigaraki took it to another level. He doesn't just want to beat All Might, he wants to erase everything he stood for. His hatred for All Might is what fuels him. And the dumbest thing? It's not even his obsession. It was planted in him by All for One. He's literally been trained to be obsessed. But it wasn't just because of All for One. Shigaraki himself had strong hatred. So even if All for One hadn't interfered, Shigaraki would have still taken the same path.
I must have it. Where is one for all?
Light and L's rivalry is legendary, but let's be honest, L was just as obsessed as Light. Sure, he was on the side of justice, but he was also completely fixated on proving he was right. L didn't just want to catch Kira, he wanted to outsmart him. And when Light finally defeated him, you could tell that L knew he had lost to someone just as obsessed as he was. Both Light and L never got someone to test their brains on, so it was more like a fun obsession than others.
Everyone, the Shinigami.
Envy hates humans. But you know what's ironic? He actually wanted to be one. His hatred of humanity stems from feelings of envy. And no one gets under his skin more than Edward Elric. Envy taunts Edward, mocks him, but deep down, he wishes he could be him. That's why his downfall is so satisfying, because it's not just about losing a fight. It's about him realizing that everything he was obsessed with was actually what he wanted to be.
Me? Envy? Jealous of you? Of you humans? It's the ultimate humiliation.
Some people might argue that Sasuke isn't a villain, but let's be honest, there was a time when he was Naruto's greatest enemy. And what fueled that? Pure obsession. Sasuke spent years trying to unalive Naruto, but deep down he could never let go of him. He needed Naruto to chase him, to fight him, because without that rivalry, what even was his purpose? It's the most dramatic, I hate you but I need you dynamic in anime history.
Listen, Sasuke.
What do you want? You never had a family or siblings in the first place. You couldn't possibly get it.
Dio had one goal in life: make the Joestar generations suffer, for they put him through. And he dedicates his entire existence to that. He could have done anything else with his immortality, but nope, he just keeps coming back to ruin the Joestar's lives. He even steals Jonathan's body just to make his victory personal. Talk about an obsessed maniac who was also immortal.
It would appear pig-headedness runs in the family. How ungrateful can you be? You're blatantly ignoring your grandfather's wishes, even after he gave his life to tell you about the power of the world.
Rachel isn't just a bad friend. She's straight up obsessed with Baum. From the very start, Baum's entire life revolved around Rachel. She was the only person he had in that dark cave, and when she left him behind, all he wanted was to follow her. But Rachel planned that from the moment she realized Baum's potential. She wanted to be his entire world, but without him ever surpassing her. Rachel's obsession with Baum isn't about love or friendship, it's about control. The moment Baum starts to shine, she panics. She betrays him, lies to him, and even tries to erase him from the tower. But no matter what she does, she can't escape him. Baum keeps rising, and Rachel keeps spiraling. And honestly, I think deep down, Rachel needs Baum more than he ever needed her. She wants to be special, to be important, but in the end, she's just stuck in Baum's shadow. No matter how much she tries to bring him down, she's the one who ends up forgotten. It's honestly one of the most tragic villain obsessions in anime, because Rachel didn't just lose Bam, she lost herself in her jealousy.
Let's climb the tower together. What do you say, Dawn?
You know, I'd almost forgotten you were still around, pretending to be a good person.
Don't speak when you know nothing. You don't have any idea. I've done nothing wrong.
Obsession is what makes these villains stand out. They don't just want to win, they need to. Their rival isn't just another character to them, it's their entire reason for existing. And that's why they're some of the most unforgettable villains in anime. Who's your favorite obsessed anime villain? Let me know in the comments. And hey, subscribe if you love a good rivalry.